Hello, friends. Let me just pop back in. I just finished the recording from would be yesterday, and and I just started talking a little bit about the inauguration that happened yesterday, and about the whole power structure. So what I want to say a little more about it because I think it's incredibly important, especially how it relates to everything that we're sharing and talking about here on this channel. So here is the new president. And as you saw, there's all the people who are like so excited and so elated and relieved. And because this man, he's going to save the world, right? And they're like, finally, things are going to turn around and he's going to make a big difference. I don't know. I don't really have much of an opinion about it. Um, but I want to say when you listen to the inauguration, it sounds a lot of things he says sounds fantastic. But how many politicians do you know who promised something on the first day and on the second day or the third or the seventh or the 100th or whatever, things change dramatically. And somehow we forget that. It's interesting. So that was one side. Then there's the other side, probably the other half of the country. They are desperate. They feel despair. They're scared and all that. Because this man, he's going to ruin everything. So then I said yesterday, what is the common denominator in these two groups? It's that they both put their power outside on one man, and of course his whole entourage and his whole cabinet around him, but they put their energy outside. So this is what I really want to address today, that this is the old paradigm. If we want to continue with the old paradigm, yes, please put all your power out on a politician who will probably start doing the opposite of what he promised he would do. And just so you know, I'm not into politics at all. It's not my thing. I do follow it to keep, to just know what's going on. And what I notice most is like the people's reaction and how they put so much of their energy and power outside of themselves as if somebody else can save them. The bottom line is that we are the only ones who can make a change in our lives. Yes, there will probably be changes that may be to our benefit when they start out. Well, they started out yesterday, and there may be things that they're doing that is to our disadvantage, and that will have an impact because the politicians are all part of the matrix. And that's why whatever they do is keeping the matrix alive, whether it looks good or it looks bad. And they will both be there. There will be good and bad because the matrix is made out of duality. And that's why there has to be war and peace and good and bad and benefits and the disappointments and yada yada. It will stay there as long as the politicians are unevolved. I did a video on that not too long ago, and not in touch with reality with a capital R, divine reality, divine truth. Most of them, there might be a few who are, there might be several who are, I hope so. But for the most part, they're not the ones who call the shots. They may just be in there, maybe holding the light to balance it a little bit. But now, as we are moving into the new earth or the new paradigm, it's up to you and I. If they're going to keep deciding what we should do and believe and not do and what not, we're just continuing the old paradigm. Now, that's fine. That train, I think, is going to go in that direction and it's going to go over the cliff somewhere because the old paradigm is over. The matrix is dissolving. And I talked about that on yesterday's YouTube video, that it is dissolving, but it's still here. The energies, the remnants, the skeleton, the mold that we have lived in, that is still something. And that's what I shared in yesterday's video, that it's like, it feels like there's still this default matrix, false matrix energy that's just still here. And it's still here because the majority of people are still feeding it and believing it and buying into it. And that's why putting our energy out and our power outside of ourselves, you're just feeding the matrix. So it's just going to take longer for you to experience it. I don't know if it's going to be the same for all of us, but whatever we put out there is what we get back, right? So if I put my disempowered self out there, I will keep meeting that. And is that really what we want? So the exciting thing is that many of us have enough consciousness available right now, because the new earth is coming in, the old matrix is, or the old paradigm is dissolving. So there is more light available. Do not put your light out there. Let the light shine from in here out, yes. But if you do not connect, realizing that you are the light, you are the change that needs to happen, you are the solution for the new paradigm to come into existence. Guys, that's really exciting. That's super exciting. And we should be, that's where we should put our excitement, probably, like, oh my God, now it is going to be the divine self in all of us, our I am presence that is right here. It's not out there, and it's not something we should put out there. You have power over me. I can now rest back. No, we've done that for a long time, and it's not really working, is it? It's not how it meant to be anymore. It was maybe how it was meant to be back in the old paradigm, seems to be at least, but nothing is new. And if you are in touch with that new frequency that's here, you'll know that. It's going to be so obvious because you can't even relate to that old stuff anymore. It makes no sense. So here we are, okay? New presidency, new opportunity. You know, he called it the golden age. I don't know if he knows what the golden age is. You and I, from the inside out, that's the gold. That's the age. That's what wants to come out and show itself in a new way. We don't do wars. We don't have greed. We don't lie. You know, all that stuff that they're still doing, that doesn't exist here. And that is where we want to start living our lives from and bring that out. And you know, maybe even the politicians will start getting little hints like, that doesn't really feel right anymore. All this greed and this lying and deceiving, something in them may go like, something is off. So that's why we are that energy that's going to take root now. And it's going to impact, hopefully, also the politicians. We'll see how it all unfolds. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, but I have access to this in here. And it speaks to me louder, not with words, but through energy, through knowing, through presence, through light. That is the only real thing in all of us. And when we start bringing that out, well, anything can happen, anything good. Anything can always happen. But when it's done through the matrix, it's good and bad. But now we want the perfection of what is already here when we tune into the field. That's why when you tune into the field, there is no greed. There is no war. It simply doesn't exist there. That's something that's happening through our five sense mind, which is fed by the matrix. That's the only place all this nonsense exists. And you know, I can speak so confidently about it right now because it is so obvious. And I want you to see and feel and realize that too. That's my little soapbox today, okay? And if you really feel a longing for that too, that you want to know that deeply also, and you need help with that, and trust me, we all need help with this. It's not a one-man show here, It's like we are in this together, and we all need to support each other in getting our hands off and out of the matrix and putting our attention back here. Listen, feel the longing in here, the new earth, the new paradigm, um, the space, the unified field, and open up to that and let it out. And then a whole new experience is going to happen. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be some years, but we are here to make that shift just by being here, trusting it, let it guide us, and not by engaging in all that circus show out there. Okay, have a great day. Thank you so much for listening. And please like, comment, subscribe, share. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you. Bye bye.